Hey Bookworms of Concord, I got another book recommendation for you, and it is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Now, I did have this in a recent video I made on my 5 favorite horror books that I've read. I classify this as horror rather than purely sci-fi. There's very obvious sci-fi elements in there, but I think it leans closer to horror than it does to sci-fi. Just read the book. You'll know why I say that. Naturally, the movie, the first movie of Jurassic Park, which is famous for its CGI that still stands the test of time, is a pretty vast departure from the book. From many different scenes and differing character demographics and developments, Jurassic Park serves as a cautionary warning to scientists who wish to play God, as we know from the movie, all the movies, as well as a demonstration on the moral inferiority of science and a herald of our now postmodern age, that is, science fast becoming the new medievalism that is unfit to explain reality. Jurassic Park, the book, it possesses I think an intellectualism indicative of its time that is entirely missing from most books today, like when it's dealing with chaos theory. Some of that might go over your head if you're not used to reading such intellectual stuff, but it's absolutely fascinating. So for this reason, the book is a kind of a slower read than you might expect. It was slower than I expected, but it's by no means a drawback from the novel. And that's because, today we're so used to our media telling us what to think that we forget how to think. We live in provincial times. So Jurassic Park is a refreshing read for those who don't mind having their minds expanded, and setting the book down from time to time to ponder the profundity of what you just read. Now, there are similarities between the book and the 1993 movie, of course. The book is the source material, but there are enough differences in the characters and plot to make the story a completely new experience for fans of the franchise. For example, Tim is older, and therefore he's the more mature one than Lex, those two kids in the first movie. And whereas John Hammond, their grandfather, is a likable, though perhaps a bit naive, and quirky old man in the first 2 movies, in the book, he is just, let's say he is very characteristic of ostentatious stupidity. There's also more interaction with the other characters. And to settle the long debate on whether John Arnold, who is Ray Arnold in the movie, played by Samuel L. Jackson, there's apparently this internet debate on whether John Arnold is still alive. And the book settles that debate once and for all. Other than that, I'll say that one of the main differences between the book and the first movie is that some characters who die in the movie don't die in the book, and some characters who don't die in the movie die in the book. That's all I'll say about that. So this was I love this. I loved reading this so much. Again, if you've seen the first movie, the first 2 movies, rather, many times like I have, you will not regret reading this book because it's quite different. Especially the first scene. The first scene of the second movie, The Lost World, is actually taken from this book, not the second book, which is called The Lost World, I believe. Yeah, The Lost World. So yeah, it's part of a duology. There's just this one and The Lost World, and they're both great. I'll make a separate video recommending The Lost World, but yeah, you've just got to pick this up and read it. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.